This is something you can practice on the mat, okay, all the time. Never going to get in trouble. Now, last class we did the Tonso no Gachi from the Togakure ryu. Now we're going to do something that was requested by me this week, which is Musha Dori. Musha Dori is from the Torite Gata, the grab movements, from the Kion Happo. It's extremely important. What do I do when someone's grabbing? Musha is warrior, Dori is to catch or to grab onto, to hold. So we're going to learn this very clinically meaning slow, with no resistance yet. You resist later when we learn the kata, okay? This is a very easy way to learn it. It's not the only one that will, Musha Dori, you can start from like 5 different ways. This way is just from a grab. Now, modern day, most people wouldn't grab, but they may grab and punch. This is a technique that you're going to have come up at some point. You're probably not going to find it, it's going to find you. But here's a good way that I learned, very clinical. I'm scared of that. I know where this is, good. I'm going to use my hand and give a very careful back fist to his face. Very slow, very slow. What that's forcing me to do is move my feet. So again, I'm moving kind of this way, that way as I hit, boom. Now in a real fight, if you hit someone with a back fist here, boom, he's not going to hold on. This is just a clinical way of learning. It's forcing me to use my foot. Where's my left foot? Can you see it?
On the same line as his.
Correct. Or behind is even better. So as I hit, I shift. This is here to monitor. Always monitor. Especially if they have a nice adamantine wedding ring that will hurt. Hold here. Here, boom. Watch here. Watch this. Pull his elbow toward his pocket. Turn your arm over. Continue your journey with your footwork. Never stand in one place for more than a millisecond. 1. Do you see the hook happening, the lock happening?
Yes, sir.
The shoulder lock. Watch again. I haven't done anything yet to crank it. I'm just looking for the setup. How do I get the entry? Am I in front of Mr. Norfleet? I'm technically behind him. My back straight. My stance low. Yeah. Is this held tightly? If it's not tight, he'll pull free. You have to pull his arm into your ribs and kind of stick it to your ribs. I'm going to stick his arm here. So as I hit, watch me pull this. Pull it to your ribs. Form this gable grip. Okay? Don't go any farther. Traditionally, if you had swords, would we be fighting by grappling? Oh, that would be really dumb, right? If we had swords, we would draw them and attack. But for some reason, I might have been on post and he grabs for some reason, he can't draw a sword. Then I have to be ready for this. But you see how this changes everything. Normally we say in martial arts, a lot of the times, kill the space, get close, especially in ground fighting. But in this case, I can't get so close because we're clunking together and that's not good. So in this, I need space here. So as I move, I can do stuff, maybe even here. But look at the space I have to create. It's very large here when I create this. So this is a case when I lock or grab the warrior, as I bend my knees and lift in my armor, I also want to separate his shoulder away from his body. A lot of you had that problem. You're so close, you can hit 10 times. I didn't show that. I was behind him, first of all. I'm never here. I'm in the range of his motion. It's hard for him to hit me when I'm back here. And I'm also pulling this out. See how he's on one foot? It's good. 1, 2, 3. Here. See the difference? Or something. I'm gonna win from this position because I'm already hooking him and I got him here. Let me show you where this came from originally. If you're here, if he's in Dojo Dan, as he cuts from here, Musha Dori was a sword technique against a swordsman. Just see how I wove in my arm real slow? Between his, and you catch the warrior before he kills you. If I'm late, I'm messed up. I have to do, it's not good. Even wearing armor. So the idea is to move in, catch the warrior, and drop him down from there. Okay, where it comes from. Try it again with that in mind. Go.
Since we're in armor, and since we're kind of moving through and we're kind of bigger, heavier, we have to kind of maintain our balance as we move through this. And we don't want them to have their balance. So if he grabs me, and we take his space there, we move around, we come around here. As we start to separate that back out, he's starting to lose his balance. I'm going to go ahead and gain mine and step down on it. Okay? Now obviously that would be, not as much of a strike, more of a step. Right? To really drive that into the ground. Okay? Now I'm being nice to him. But he would have a really hard time if he was sitting in armor. I'm kind of nice in position, but I have to make sure that there's nobody else around as well. So I don't want to get stuck up in here too much. For you guys, get in this spot, come here, gain your balance so we don't hurt our training partners, but kind of give a bit of a push. That way we allow them to go down as they need to.
What if they grab the chest? Can I do it? Can?
Yes, sir.
How am I going to get around the arm? Am I going to go like this and go like I think that's going to work. If they grab the center, you do wrist techniques and change it. If they grab the edges, you do elbow and shoulder locks. Even where they grab's important. They grab the center, I can't affect this. I have to affect this joint or move and hit. So these doris don't work, with the exception of Gosha Dori, which is the reversal of Musha. That would work from the center, but that's not today. So we moved our feet. Again, if they let go, you have to do something else. I may start this and he lets go. Then pop him. 1, 2, catching here. Here's a possible finish. I want him on the ground, so I just drop to my knee. Come there or wherever you can see, some over here. So I need you to be able to see his body. Keep this lock on and roll him to his side. Rolling him to his side keeps him from rolling back. Jiu-jitsuing me, punching me. It's hard to do when he's on his side. If I get the lock here and he's on his back, he's gonna roll, grab, do all kinds of stuff. So as soon as you drop them, you roll them and lift. Keep this lock lifted. My knees against his back. Step over here and pull and lock him between your feet and knee. Lock between the foot and the knee. Lift and turn with your body till he taps. It's the torquing of the spine that makes it work. This won't work so well.
Because then you could get up.
Yeah, it's not really affecting you, right? It's not tight. Yes, the lock is lost. But if I do the proper kamae, it's very tight, very proud. I'm being very nice, but can you imagine me doing a backwards roll from here? As hard as you can. Just gonna pop that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't even need the knee, but it does help. Kick him in the crotch. Boom. Oh. Can you do that? Stop when they tap. Why are you tapping me?
So you know I'm tapping.
So I know. Don't yell tap. Tap the body of the person doing the kata. Try it out.
that we can make this more learnable, right? So if he grabs me here, I can come up and I can hit him in the face, right? We showed that right off the bat. Now what we can do is we can go, look at my thumb. You ready? Sad thumb for you. Good thumb for me. Okay? Now we can go, my thumb likes to be on this side though. Okay? So one more time. It's difficult, right? This is hard. We don't want to get hit, so we're going to step in. Bam! Look at my thumb. Sad thumb. Happy thumb. Thumb likes to go over there. Okay? So if you guys can't remember this, remember your thumbs. Okay? Makes it real easy for you guys to be able to move through the movements, okay? Don't need to worry about lefts, rights, or whatever. You just put the inside thumb in his face. You go, it's a sad thumb for you. Bring it on around for me. And put him on the ground over yonder.
Guys, here. If he punches me here, whoa, if I get a good distance, he may hook, right? I would. Go for my face. I'm not going to move, but if I'm here, hey, if I don't move, boom. Can Musha work? Possibly. If he gives me fast energy here, and I can catch this here, it'll work every time. Not every time. Cranking this on, hitting here. It only works because I met his energy. Again, sir. I mix this, catch low here. When I catch you, I want you to not fall, but try to maintain your balance after I hook you. So, do the both. Might be here. He's strong, right? He didn't go down. Well, how do I get him down from here? You hit him. You hit him any way you can. Again. 2 punches. Shift. Here, he's strong. Boshi. Kongo. All this will work. Understand the movement? You don't just do Musha. You do Musha combined with other things to make it work. All of that will work. Okay? Musha should not be a standalone kata. It's used in conjunction with others. Try that out from a hook punch. See if it works. Go. To address this. If I start this Musha and his arm straightens out, who had that happen? Lots. Again, expect failure with these katas. If the arm straightens from here, you can do Musha Dori, which is this arm bar. The brilliant writers of these techniques expected the arm to either be bent or straight. Here, there's a kata 4. Here, there's a kata 4. If he grabs, just grabs me, and his arm just does not bend, then you have other katas that will work with a straight arm. But the hook punch does bend. The hook punch bends. That's why it works. If it's a straight punch, forget it. You'll never get it. It's just going to pull free. Watch. Pull free. It's junk. It only works with a hook. With a straight punch, we use Musha Dori, which is a different break, a different lock. It's designed for straight attack. Bended, hook, could work. Could work. Straight, no, not going to work. Straight, here, works. That's what I love about this martial art is you can do all these. It's the sister technique. Grab, grapple, double grapple. Musha Dori. Musha Dori. They're both for level 3. They're about green to brown belt level. So if you're red or blue, forget about it for now. You'll see it again in a few months. But you got a good taste of this more difficult grappling. It's fun. It's fun. You never know what you're going to get at black belt club class. So that's why you should always come. This is the first scroll you study. So here it is. It's right here. It's not way up here when the guy is actually attacking you and then against weapons and stuff. It's right in the beginning. You have your stances, your ukemi, your blocking, the different strikes you do, and then these 5 possible answers to grabs. Not the best, but 5 possible ones. And then these deal with footwork and punches and stuff. These deal with attacks by a grapple, which back then was more common. It's less common now, but a modern street fight is almost always going to end up in a clinch if the guy knows what he's doing so he can ground fight. Back then, an armor was useless. He's in a tank. If I do a kumiuchi, he'll pull out a knife and gut me, so Musha. Why does it have a slash onikudaki next to it? It's the same.
Because they're essentially the same.
It's the same. It's the same shape. When he grabs here, onikudaki is the same as Musha Dori, but one's a different, a different way of getting it. And this is another way of getting it. Still a bent arm. So they're considered one and the same on the general chart. The way you get them is different. Okay, isn't that interesting? You'll see a lot of these with slashes. It might depend on the school that's teaching it. It might be called this in a different Ryuha school, but in this case, it's the same lock. I like this stuff. It's really